Hey everyone, welcome to my channel, Root Yoga Therapy. I'm your certified yoga therapist, Jasmine Leventhal, and today we're offering a short practice and a juicy one all about the spine and spinal health. And specifically, we're going to focus on twisting. So twisting can be kind of a tricky thing. A lot of people are hesitant to twist because of sensations in their low back or any kind of pain and tenderness. I'm going to teach you how to work with that. And I hope that this brings you some sense of detoxifying, some cleansing, and of course some energy. And I hope you enjoy it. So hop into something comfy and join me on your mat. Welcome back. So we're going to start off in a simple cross-legged seat. And if cross legs does not work for your body, that's totally fine. Take a loose cross. You can stretch one leg out. I know cross legs can be tough on the knees. I have a block here, but this practice is going to require minimal props. But if you have something like this or a book, you're more than welcome to grab it, especially if you're someone who's maybe not as bendy or flexible. This is going to be really helpful to find a little more depth in your twists. And we will get started. So go ahead and close your eyes. If you're newer to the practice, start working on those even breaths in and out through the nose. Many of us kind of breathe through our mouth or take one part of the breath through our mouth, whether that's the inhale or exhale. So just starting to switch that so both the inhale and exhale are through the nose. If you have been practicing and learning along with the breath for a little bit, start to find that yogic breathing, those long, smooth inhales and long, smooth exhales. If you want to layer upon that, you can start to deepen the breath, taking even longer exhalations, deeper inhalations, really feeling that breath travel down to the belly and grazing the back of the throat. And if you're practicing from home or from work, know that there are a lot of things that might be happening around you, and those are all fine to notice. Sounds, sensations. And then allow yourself to kind of move away from that and start to develop that inward connection and that inward focus. We're going to start with a really gentle twist, blinking the eyes open as you inhale, extending the left arm skyward. And then as you exhale, gently rotate, only going to where you feel comfortable, and then releasing your hand down onto the right knee or right thigh. And then the right arm is going to go back behind you. Now, this might be where you are. You might also notice that your pelvis is tilting a little bit. You don't need to correct that. Just notice that it's happening, because that's going to give you some insight as to what's happening in your body, where there might be less space or openness. If it's okay for you to correct that, you can gently pull that left hip back as you find more rotation in and around your rib cage. And then as you inhale, coming back through to center and opposite side. So right arm will go up. If you did this side already, just switch sides. Releasing that right hand down to left knee or thigh, left hand behind you, opening around your chest. Now, I probably don't look like the mirror image of what you're doing. So, like I said, if you did the opposite side before to mirror me, that's totally fine. Just do the same thing on the other side. Gaze down, notice the angling of your hips. If you find that that opposite hip is pulling forward, you can either leave it there just to know that that's just some insight to your body, or gently pull it back and see how that changes the way you might feel in your twist. And if that means that you're coming out of your twist a little bit, that's also completely fine. And then gently coming back to center. Really nice. So we're going to kind of switch around here and come onto all fours. So hands are going to press evenly, knees are going to root down, tops of the feet are going to root down, and you're just going to sway your hips side to side. Get a little bit of a wiggling motion into the body. And then pausing in center, mobilizing up and down the spine with 3 cat-cows. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the heart forward. Exhale, coil and round. Inhale, heart forward, belly drops. Exhale to round. And one more, inhale. Exhale. Very nice. Coming back to center. Go ahead and extend your right leg straight back behind you. And then as you exhale, we're going to cross this right knee over to our left arm. So pulling the knee in, crossing over the body. A little twist will happen here. Inhale, reach that right leg back. Exhale, right knee, left arm. Inhale, reach it back. Exhale, right knee, left arm. Good. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, draw the right knee forward and see if you can slide, scoot, or step your right foot up in between your hands, gently towards the outside of your right thumb. So a little closer to the right hand than midline. And if that feels okay, tuck your left toes, draw your left knee back to deepen that stretch into your hips if you have that mobility and space this early on in the practice. Grab a block or something, maybe a book if you need it. Placing your left hand on that block book or even on the mat. Bring your right hand to your right hip and gently open up the chest towards the right. So again, you might find that this is where you are today. You might find that your left hip is dipping to help relieve or release tension in your lower back. And if that's something that you have going on, let that left hip dip. If you are perfectly healthy in your lower back and you notice your left hip dipping, please try and lift that left hip, move the twist up into your thoracic, and open across your chest this way. If this feels okay for you and you want to add another layer, extend that right arm skyward and find a nice twist. Good. One more inhale here. And then exhale, releasing your right hand down towards the floor. Good. Move that block out of the way if you have it. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, and you're in a modified lunge position. So this is like a low lunge position with the back knee lifted, pulling that right hip in, and just holding here, building some heat and strength into the legs. And if you feel ready, you're going to extend your arms back, shoot your heart forward, and work some strength into your back, your legs, and hips. Drawing belly towards spine for added support. One more inhale. Exhale, hands down to the mat. Feel free to either step back or release that left knee down and then step back, coming to all fours. Good. Other side. Inhale, extending left leg back behind you. Exhale, left knee, right arm, twist. Inhale, extend the left leg back. Exhale, left knee, right arm, twist. One more. Inhale, extend it back. Exhale. Good. Inhale, extend the left leg back. As you exhale, draw the left knee up towards the chest and gently step, scooch, walk that left foot forward. Use the block if you did last time. If not, don't use it. Tuck your back toes, drop your right knee back an inch or two, just so you can find a deeper opening into your hips if that's available. And then same thing here, rooting that right hand into the block. Left hand's going to go to left hip and gently peel your left chest open. Now, it's not a force. This is very early, right? We're just kind of acquainting ourselves with twisting in our spine. But just notice, give yourself some time to observe your body, to gather some information. If that right hip is dropping forward and you have stuff going on in your low back, let that right hip drop forward for now. If that right hip is dropping forward and you're healthy in your low back, gently pull that right hip back and try and move that twist higher up into your body. And then if you're ready and you did this on the last side, go ahead and add the arm, finding that big open space across the heart, keeping the crown of the head drawing forward, tailbone drawing backward, really looking for the length as you twist. And then exhale, releasing the hand down. Good. Move that prop out of the way if you have it. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee off the mat, and find this modified lunge position with the fingertips down on the floor. Work your back leg strong and straight, and already feel that left hip drawing inward to find some support, as if my hands were on your hips and I was kind of hugging them towards the midline of your body. And then when you're ready, you can lift your chest, feel the length in your spine as you reach your arms back. Heart squirts forward, crown of the head moves forward. One more inhale here. And exhale, hands down to the mat. Feel free to release that right knee down or simply step it back. You'll either be on hands and knees or in a plank position, depending on how you transitioned. And then we'll move to downward facing dog. Soften the bend around the knees. Get that space into your back. Tilt your hips slightly and draw your navel in. Good. And let's take a wider stance with the feet. So bring the feet right to the outside edges of your mat. Feel the hips high. As you exhale, walk your hands back towards your toes and find a fold at the back of your space. Good. Bend deep into your left knee. Root your left hand down. Inhale, float that right arm up. Finding a twist here, and think about stacking the shoulder blades. Also, something important to note, when we twist, many of us like to round, and this is where it can get really funky over here and build a lot of tension. So we really want to find that length by pulling our hips back, almost like you're doing a half lift or looking for kind of like a 90-degree angle, right? Pulling the hips back, head pulls forward, and then as you exhale, releasing the hand down. Good. Bending into that right knee. Inhale, open the heart, stack the shoulder blades. Feel that length moving into your spine. And exhale, release. Good. Inhale, root down through your fingertips, extend your heart forward. If you need to, hands can move to shins. And exhale, fold back in. Keep this wide leg in the feet, or wide stance, and walk yourself back out into that downward facing dog position. Once you're there, bring the feet back to hips distance like a traditional downward facing dog, and take a nice full breath in. Open the mouth, stick out the tongue. Lion's roar, let it go. Those lion's breaths or those open mouth exhales can be really cleansing. Good, and we'll move on. Taking an inhale here, glide the body forward. Find a high plank position. If you need to modify, release the knees down to the earth. Good, and then as you exhale, bending the elbows, lowering all the way down to your mat. Good, just a little gentle cobra. Inhale, peel the heart forward. Exhale, let it go. Again, soft hands, strong legs. Inhale, lift the heart forward. Exhale, release. And then pressing into the hands, find all fours. Good. So knees are under hips, hands are under shoulders. Going into a upper thoracic twist, you're going to inhale, extend your left arm skyward. And then as you exhale, gliding that arm underneath the right. And some of you are able to release the head all the way down to the mat. Some of you might be here. If you're kind of elevated, grab a couch cushion, grab something maybe to rest your head on. Maybe it's a block. And that way you can actually rest into the twist. Again, you might notice the hips swishing one way or the other. Try and pull them back if that's available to you. And it doesn't have to be perfectly centered, especially if you have stuff going on in your low back. Let them move just a little bit, but really work towards that center. If you have space, you can extend the opposite arm forward. So in this case, right arm would be reaching forward, and you're finding that nice twist. Good, one more inhale here. If you extended that right arm, gently bend the elbow, bringing the hand back towards the face. Press into the right hand, coming back up and through, extending your left arm skyward, and then releasing the hand down. Good, other side, inhale. Right arm lifts, Exhale, gently pull it through, releasing your head down either onto a block or the mat or something else. And then if you extended the arm on the last side, do it here as well. Bring my block a little closer. Try and pull those hips back. Good, taking one more breath here. And slowly walking that left arm back towards your face, pressing out and through. And back on all fours. We'll move a little dynamically, maybe rinse that out a little bit. So you're gonna bring your right hand to the back of your head and take an inhale, open the chest. Exhale, fold it in. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, fold. Inhale, open. And exhale, release. Releasing that right hand down, we'll take 3 more to the left side. Left hand to the back of the head, take an inhale, open the chest. Exhale, fold. Inhale, open. And fold. And one more, inhale, open. And fold. Good, releasing the left hand down, and we're gonna swing the legs around and bring them forward. Bend the knees, extend the arms forward. Use your core to help lower you all the way down to your mat, drawing the navel in so the low back hits, then the mid back, then the upper back. Good, once you're down, draw the knees into your chest, give them a nice tight squeeze, and release the knees over to the left. Now, again, you might find that that top knee is moving behind the bottom knee. The knees are not lined up. If that's the case for you, please grab something and place it underneath your thighs so you can better stack your hips, creating more neutrality into that lower back. Again, that was some of the information you should have received in those beginning poses when the one hip was coming forward. You most likely need something in between the knees now. If not, try and stack your knees and lift them as high as you can towards your navel so you have that nice long low back and you're working that twist into your upper back. You can cactus the arms, you can stretch them out wide, you can bring them overhead. I kind of like this angle where the arm is rooting towards the back corner of the mat. That feels really good into my shoulder and chest. Good, taking an inhale here. And then as you exhale, pull the navel in to draw the knees forward. And we'll move to the opposite side, dropping the knees over to the right. Again, using something in between. Ooh, I just got a little crack in my back. Using something in between the thighs if you notice that the knees are off the plane. If the top knee is behind the bottom knee, you want them stacked. That would be ideal, right? But we don't have we're not living in a perfect world and our bodies aren't perfectly symmetrical, so please use what you need. And then any variation with the arm, either cactusing the arm, extending that top arm out. And remember, it's about finding that length, not so much the depth, but the length through the left side of your body and then the twist. So length first, then the twist. Nice, one more inhale. And then as you exhale, pulling the knees back to center. Good. Releasing your hands down, draw your knees up into your chest, releasing the hands to the backs of the thighs, just a little quick extension of the backs of the legs as you reach the soles of the feet skyward. Taking one more inhale. And then as you exhale, 2 options here. You can either float the legs, doing some core work to end our practice, or you can bend the knees and simply land the feet down. So your choice. And once you're down, allow the legs to flop. Bring the hands to the center of your chest. Either overlapping or one hand on heart, one hand on belly. And giving yourself that moment to come back, to notice any shifts or changes. Let that regulated, focused breath leave, allowing yourself to return to something that's a little more automatic and natural. And you might want to stay here for the next 3, 5, 10, or even 20 minutes if you have it. When you're ready to come out, gently roll to one side and press your way up to a seat. Thank you so much for joining me for this practice. I hope you feel a little more open, a little more mobile, and a little more energized. If you like what you saw and you want to see more of what we're doing here, please subscribe to the channel. I look forward to practicing with you next time. Namaste.